on the AI side, we have developed multiple custom solutions. So for different industries, right? So one of the industries was communications. So for them, we made a system in which they can call with different voices and different things, right? Like for the internet services, they can give them the script, and when the people come in, there's a person like agent that's talking to them in real time, and that was supervised learning and different things on that part. Yeah, absolutely. In the tech industry, if you're not hands-on at any point in time, you cannot actually even talk to somebody about a lot of things, because if you don't know how the AI models are, which AI model is doing what, and what technologies are common these days, then you might get old. $999 of knowing where to strike it, right? So I think getting to have the basic knowledge of infrastructure and analysis of algorithm and all of these things are going to be really crucial for people of after a few years. 900.
All right, cool. So before we get into anything, Dill, I don't know a lot about you. I saw your company profile online, and it seems like you guys are a pretty fun company. I like the kind of bent you take on some stuff. Personally, I'd be like a little bit like I may be a little more pessimistic on how some things are going to go versus the opportunity of greatness in a city with automation and AI controlling it. But definitely, I see the sweet side, like you're pointing out in your article also. So, what's where do we first of all, and this is even before we kind of do a formal introduction. What do you guys like specialize? How do you guys know each other? Is it just you guys are in the same area, or like how do you guys know each other? How do kind of like there's some Adil was my Adil was telling me that there's some relationship here.
So I will just add a bit to it to make it more understandable. Basically, Adil is like our manager who actually I think your team had a conversation on LinkedIn with him, and he manages accounts, my account, Phil's account. So we actually opted to have a chat to know more about each other and what services, products we are working on. And we are based in Lahore, Pakistan as well. I am currently speaking with you from here. So we have like an on-site team who takes care of, related to ongoing products and services projects that we are working on. So I believe Arham Soft also has an office here in Lahore, and also as far as my research, there is also office of yours located in New York. We also have our uh, presence in Ohio, United States. So that really created like a good connection of being in Lahore and States. And like we also provide services related to, I went through your site as well. We provide services related to development, and we are also exploring AI, the world of AI automations, and even some, you can say, interesting stuff related to calling agents or contact center applications. So that really, so we wanted to have just like a conversation where we can speak about ideas, experiences, journey, and want to have like just a fun conversation.
Sure, and just to give you a bit of introduction about me, right now I'm in New Brunswick, New Jersey. So one of our offices is in UAE, one in Pakistan, one in UK. So we are kind of a global company with about 200 plus resources, and AI is kind of my passion. Before it was blockchain and Web3 and all of those parts. They cooled off 2 years ago, I think, but by then AI actually took off. So in AI, we are actually building a lot of fun things because, to be very honest, if I just talk about me myself, I love technology to its core, right? So sometimes when I was coding at my early age, I could be driving the car and thinking about uh, algorithm problem, right? And going to smash into someone else, right? But then I just came back into the car at the right moment. So uh, these
Get
are
back to your body. I love it.
yeah, yeah. So once like if I have a and stuck on a problem, I'm just thinking about it. So that's my technical side. And on the AI, we are actually building a system that can, uh, process a video. There are a lot of things about it now, but 2, 3 years ago when we started it, it was like making parts of the video and then extracting the layouts and marking them, like for example shoes and all of these things, and you can click on it and find similar ones and you can
Mhm.
go and buy and all of these things. So a lot of the things like AI chatbots and these things we have done it. So that's a bit about myself. I
Mhm.
think we can continue.
Okay, I'll just tell you about a little bit about myself, and it's just such a, a fun kind of imagination of you falling asleep or just programming while you're in your head while you're driving. I started programming when I was 8 years old, and that was back in 1986. So
Mhm.
you can, and it was a little bit before that, but before that, I couldn't read very well because I wasn't one of the smart kids, right? So I was about 8 years old when I really started figuring out programming, and got my master's degree in computer science eventually. But just that kind of whole journey of loving it. I remember when I'm so old that we used to, or not we, but I used to program on paper, then go home and put it into the computer, write the whole, see how close I was to get my program to work just off of writing it on paper and then putting it down. And that was kind of like my journey. And nowadays, yeah, we're playing with AI. We're playing, um, maybe say machine learning is, for me, machine learning is a little different than AI still, but we're still playing that field. Blockchain, I'm not really playing a lot with it either. The nowadays, for me, it's more about uh, tracking things and having like an accountability chain rather than it is like cryptocurrencies, which of course is going to be amazing in the future, but scary based off of governments and whatnot. And just kind of love the science of it also. So that's my history in a nutshell.
Awesome. Awesome.
Daniel, he's a young entrepreneur. He's I think he has that tech mind. He loves the business side. He doesn't sleep. He eats, chews, and fantasizes in business mode, and he's always looking to figure out the next best way to make something better. Rahima is my beautiful co-host. She does the marketing strategy. She does every other week a podcast with me live on LinkedIn, and just a wonderful mind when it comes to marketing and looking at how to present your brand and how to grow. And this is kind of like some of our passions. I'm going to let them speak for themselves. They're much more eloquent than I am, and beautiful. So
Yeah,
let me pass the
so
baton to them.
I believe Daniel should go first.
Yeah. So basically, I started back in 2017, and I was more into digital marketing. But with time, uh, I started to build a team around it so we can provide uh, better solutions or like better products. And then we started to look into development side of the things. And I was always a kid who was very much into innovation, and a thing that really you can say was always in my mind. I used to watch a lot of videos, YouTube videos as well, on case studies for different startups, businesses, how they actually went through their journey, what is like problems of products, and how to actually not only build a product but also to make it successful and stuff. So I used to participate in every incubation with like a new startup idea. So uh, I remember it's kind of funny. I was like in my first semester of my university, and Adil, you might actually know there is like an NIC incubator in LUMS. It used to
Mm-hmm.
be there, and Faisal Shehjan and these pioneers of the industry used to provide guidance and stuff. So we actually were into startups, and we created a product related to Oyo for
Mm-hmm.
Pakistan. We called it like Amigo Rooms. And me and my friend, that was the whole company. So we went there in 2017, I believe, for to get like funding and stuff. Just based on like a presentation, we were so passionate that we can actually change the market with our product. Just the idea in mind. But gradually you get to understand. Uh, then I shifted my path towards getting into more service-based business. The reason I believe that in order to make a product successful, if you have like a strong team and you have history or you have some experience in building products, then you can make, if you want to build your own product, you know a lot about the processes and stuff. You learn from other people's failures, and you actually gradually build a team which can build your own product. So this is why we provide a one-stop solution. So what we do is from idea from like discovery stage to even making that product successful in the market and helping them grow. We assist them through the whole path. And I really, at some point in my life, and me and Phil are already working on some products that we actually plan to under our own brand. We want to not only build them but introduce them into the market. So the end goal, I really wish we create something useful and something that we can associate with our brand. So that is like the whole journey, and that is something we are continuing.
Awesome. Awesome. Sounds good.
Adil, what's your
So,
experience in creating products and uh, supporting growing teams? Just out of curiosity, is it something you're having fun with? Because when I talk to different companies, there seems to be like two kinds. Ones that say, "Hell no, I'll never create a SaaS." The others that say, "Nah, we're only SaaS. I'll never provide a. I'll talk to a single client." And then there's a few kind of wild guys in between that say, "Yeah, we're going to build a product as a backbone, and then uh, also provide some support and grow our team, kind of like Amazon did."
Yeah, so basically we are mostly service-based company, but absolutely we have made a few of our products in regards to blockchain. I know you said you didn't had a lot of idea, but we made a Web3 whole infrastructure, or you can say uh, a lot of different things. Sorry, I just there was a call. So yes, metaverse, right? So I think you have heard of a metaverse, right? So we
Sure.
made a very big metaverse in which you can do a lot of different things. And
Okay.
on the AI side, we have developed multiple custom solutions. So for different industries, right? So one of the industries was communications. So for them, we made a system in which they can call with different voices and different things, right? Like for the internet services, they can give them the script, and when the people come in, there
Mm,
is a person like agent that's talking to them in real time, and that was supervised learning
mhm,
and different things on that part. And others, basically, without growing team, you cannot uh, maintain the company structure and size, right? So with 200 people, it is managing 200 people is by a single person is impossible, right? So we have really good teams and team leaders that uh, take care of all the people. There are certain people that are directly reporting to me, and then
Mm.
there are a lot of people that are directly reporting to them. So there's a whole structure and teamwork through which we manage a big company. But I really enjoy uh, making businesses grow. Like one of the clients, he was trying to negotiate the price with me, so I just said him, "You just don't don't uh, negotiate this much. You just give your tech side to me. You just focus on your marketing and everything else. The
Mhm.
tech side, I'll take care of it the whole way. So
Mhm.
if their website is down, if there is a cyber attack, anything, I'm all there, right?" So
Mhm.
he was uh, focused on growing the business. I took care of the IT side, and since to the state, it's been 4 or 5 years. He never actually even delayed the payment. So these are
Uh-huh.
kind of the things that I liked and I like to
Nice.
do. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. What kind of like so basically you just send them a bill and it's that, or are you like an equity partner with them? Or how did you work that out? Because I've had a lot of people say, "Hey, will you be my tech partner? You do the whole tech side. I'll give you like 5% of the company, and when I'm on the beach, maybe I'll do some marketing stuff."
No, not really. So we just bill them monthly. So that's it.
Mm-hmm.
We can do like if the person I'm talking about, if he gives me 5% of his business, absolutely I will, and I'll
Um,
do more. But
do
a
you
lot of
more?
the good clients, they just wanna stay on a retainer.
Yep.
So
Yeah, they're
yeah,
just happy
that
for the
works fine.
hours and to go. Okay, awesome. And guys, I am so sorry I interrupted Rahima, and please forgive me, dear. I just had a
It's
question
okay.
I had to get off my mind. You know me. After all these years,
It's
you know me,
okay.
dear.
It's okay. I'm Rahima. I am a marketing person here. I joined this company 1.5 year ago. So that was the point where I met Daniel and Phil at the same point, and I am quite thankful for that since they helped me. I'm not a tech person, so they helped me a lot in that field. And I've been before this. I've been a teacher, a banker, and a lot of other things. But now I'm currently into marketing things, and I'm liking it. So that's about it. I'm dealing with the socials of the company, and currently doing podcasts with Phil as well.
Awesome.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I just wanted, I really, uh, the, when you mentioned about something, a product related to communication, you might have noticed a smile on my face because that is something I and Phil are currently working on as well. And we were actually exploring like a calling agent. And the way we envision it to be is basically uh, and we are also like somehow niche specific with it. Let's assume if we
Mhm.
built it for like dental companies, so it's more going to be an agent could replace like the receptionist in a way that it takes calls, and what it
Mhm.
does is has like a conversation, and based on the requirement it can book appointments, look into provide more information about the clinic and stuff. And we are actually exploring different models like from like speech to text. We were we can use different models. We were exploring whisper, and for telephony we were actually exploring like video, and for large language models and stuff there are other options like llama or open AI. So I think that is like a very interesting and emerging niche. And I came across
Mhm.
something like a few days back, and Microsoft was doing, they did like a complete workshop on it, and it was, you might have heard about the multi agents that Microsoft has introduced. So what they are working on is basically an environment where agents can communicate with each other, and they can do tasks together. So let's assume I have an agent built for just who can which can work as like a customer sales representative, and then I have an agent who works as like a like lead generation uh, agent, and then I also have like an agent who this is like an idea behind you who could actually work as like a business development officer. So basically multiple agents, and they interact in each way. They have those conversations, and they uh, basically perform uh, like they you can say they perform the tasks, and they learn the basically they learn with the conversations and the things they do, and they actually want more.
So basically, I would like a few things to that. So, what things we sorry. So it's just a lot to get your thoughts around the whole project
Yeah,
real quick. So
that is what
one,
I was
yeah.
also speaking. I was actually trying to find a way to summarize it, and so I don't want to like speak a lot, and then you are cluttered.
So our project was actually like we have like for last 5 years for a communications company like the internet services and everything. They had
Mhm,
every recording recorded and the calls with the agents and the customers interlinked and everything, right? So
What a
they have
body of knowledge to play with. You must have had so much fun training that model.
yeah. So for that, we had to do like multiple things. So first of all, it was like how do we actually segregate like the person that called and the person that received the call,
mhm,
right? So two people, so two lines of communication. We are just listening and then converting it to speech to text, and then on that from when it's converted from speech to text, that's a big part because there are
mhm,
two people talking. We have to make sure that all the communication stays put. So that was one part, and after it we just give it to the model and uh, that trains and everything, and then you convert it also convert it again, and then you have a really big model, and then at the end of the day there are data scientists and everything. So when
mhm,
it goes into production and it
mhm,
causes some problems or good things, we monitor them and then
mhm.
tweak the
Yeah.
models and train it accordingly.
Yes. Just
So that was yeah.
mhm. Just a thing to add to it, which makes me curious, and this is something uh, we with the team are exploring as well. So when we talk about communications and like these agents and these products, I think which separates human from these AI agents is basically sentiment analysis. So let's assume
Mm,
I call someone and I am speaking in a tone. It could be that I'm angry about something, or I'm overwhelmed and in a hurry or something. So the AI model really reads the sentiment of the caller, and it responds in such a way that it caters to their needs in that specific way. So I think that, and you can add more to it based on your experience. That how you found that. Uh, what do you think? How much role it plays? And we are, as spoke, we are still exploring that part, and we are working on.
yeah, there are a few models that can help you out in that, but at the end of the day, the cost becomes so high. Like,
Mhm,
with Google, some of the Google APIs and Amazon, you can do a lot of things, but at the end of the day, if you use them, then the costs are gonna skyrocket. So
mhm,
the emotion sentiment is a big thing, right? If a
mhm,
person is angry, he doesn't want to talk right now, and all the things.
mhm.
So yeah, that is a big question. I think on that part, you might be ahead of us. If you find something good, do let us
And
know too.
also, just to add to it, yeah. is something called speech synthesis markup.
Mhm.
And these things, when you actually go more into how humans interact, speech synthesis or like sentiment analysis are more related to it. So what is like speech synthesis markup? It's like when I'm talking to you, I have some highs, some lows. You can say I emphasize on some words. So I'm
Mhm.
in my speech, I have that kind of, you can say, those waves which creates, you can say, when we are having a conversation, it creates a sense of, it makes us more comfortable. It Even those highs and lows make you feel how much I'm interested in talking to you. So these things I think really play when you are working on a product like this. If we can figure out these part of the product and we can build like a good solution around it, it could actually make you stand out.
Yeah, absolutely. Because emotional intelligence is a big part where AI overall is lacking. If I think
Mm-hmm.
someone
Yeah.
can work miracles in that, then that would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, it makes me curious how much we can tie in these tools with intermittent, snippets to get kind of like touch points versus trying to rely on them for the whole conversation. If that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, awesome. The what's let me ask, right? So we're just getting to know each other. You have a CTO.
Mm.
You almost sound like a CTO yourself. Like between you two guys, right? I know we're recorded, but nobody's listening. Uh,
Mm.
who's better at tech? You or your CTO?
So basically, to be very honest,
And you can brag.
before him, I was actually the CTO myself. So
Okay. Okay.
yeah, so in our company, like the CTO is on the road to the CEO, because a
Uh-huh.
non-tech CEO, I don't think so, can run the tech company, because he might not have idea what the people are actually doing. They might just fool him around, like this is
Yeah.
gonna take 2 months, right? So I have done development myself. So if somebody says this thing is gonna take 2 weeks, I'm like, really?
Oh,
Yeah, I
really?
can
And
do
it's
it
only going to cost 2,000? Awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that is a big part, because to be very honest, throughout my learning curve, I started from development, and then I went into coordination, and then business development. And from business development coordination, I did that for a few years. Then the CTO part,
Hmm.
doing all the projects plannings and Scrum and all the executions. And after it, I got into the CEO role. So yeah, it's a journey. I think I started quite early, and I think it is the whole process that makes you and that polishes you. If you just skip a few parts,
Hmm.
it's really difficult to stay on
Mm-hmm.
top.
And yeah.
And I know you barely hit 21, but what you'll see when you get into it for a couple decades is you got to go back through some of those cycles again and again just to stay
Mhm.
fresh, to get into it, to get your hands dirty, get up
Yeah.
back on the call with the customers, get back into the dev, go play with some wires and rewire a couple rooms.
Yeah.
This is the natural cycle. It's a good cycle too. It's healthy, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. In the tech industry, if you're not hands-on, at any
Mhm.
point in time, you cannot actually even talk to somebody about a lot of things.
Mhm.
Because if you don't know how the AI models are, which AI model is doing what, and what
Yep.
technologies are common
Mhm.
these days, then you might get old.
Uh,
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah. And you have
Yeah.
to have like a feel for it. It's like playing with different kinds of sand.
Mhm.
Yeah.
With AI, it's like, okay, which sand is better for this sand castle?
Yeah, when I started, actually, it was the most booming stack of development at that time was Codeignator. No, I think you might have heard of it, Codeignator, and after
Yeah.
it was Laravel, and then MERN
Mhm.
stack came in, and then blockchain, and then AI, right?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, technology is just always going on and on and on. I was actually talking
Mhm.
to a person a few days back. He was like, the consultancy business is gonna go down because of the AI. I was like,
Mhm.
no,
No, it's gonna
if
go up.
you, yeah, if you keep on top of it and you have good AI engineers, you're
Mhm.
gonna increase your revenue, you're going to increase your sales and everything. And then after a few years, when everyone is on AI, another thing is going to come,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
advanced AI. And then there is going to be a whole huge room for cybersecurity.
Mhm.
Um, like I
I
think,
think right now.
yeah, like 3 years ago, I started working on cybersecurity, right? So understanding it is a big part. So a lot of the people don't actually know what a firewall is.
Mhm.
When you build it yourself, your personal firewall for your company, and then you're seeing like the flow of the traffic and how
Yep.
it goes and comes out and all the how it
Uh-huh.
flows, right? So
Yep.
then you know like where the breakthroughs can happen actually.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, yeah.
these are the things you have to stay on top of to
Yep.
just stay into the market.
Well, now that you're CEO, right? You got to find a friend that likes to hack stuff. So you can sit with him and say, I'm going to buy you a drink or X, whatever it is, for each kind of instance you can hack into my network. I just want to sit here and watch you go for it. Right.
Mhm.
It's my company. Come have fun. Show me how to hack into it. Right.
Yeah.
There's one thing setting it up, right? You can spend 6 months on something and you kind of get to know it, but sitting down with somebody who has really like dedicated their life to something like hacking networks is a lot of fun. Having somebody crack your stuff and
Mhm.
gives you a little bit well, for me, it's one of those situations that just brings me back to reality and kind of
Mhm.
humiliates the shit out of me sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. When I was gathering my cybersecurity team, I was, I think, smart enough not to include anybody. I just took a few people
Uh-huh.
from through my teacher, right? So, one of our teachers, he was really good at this stuff. I just talked to him like, "Do you have any good students that are
Uh-huh.
doing these things?" Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, if you uh, get into your system wrong kind of egg, it can screw you up real bad too, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
So
yeah.
first,
No, the wrong person in your system is never a good thing.
so for
And
cybersecurity, you
yeah.
have to be cautious.
Yeah, it's really important to actually, and me and Phil actually said like, let's break this app. So, and we have like, we try to have fun with it. And what it does, it actually gives you insight to all the like all, you can say issues in the app that could be you are not might aware of, and when you have that application being used by like a lot of users, so if you can spend time, and I actually agree with your thought about cybersecurity, also and I want opinion of you guys on it too. Something that like a developer friend of mine shared with me, that with AI a lot of like the coding stuff is now people are taking help from AI to generate code and stuff. And I think developers just have, they run some prompts and they get the code and they add it, they build the application using it. So still that so what's happening is what could happen. It was his opinion, and that in coming years, what we are going to see, we are going to see like a lot of applications that are built using this AI code, and when like a very experienced developer uh, like writes that code, he actually you can say writes or like writes it better in a way that it makes the application structure more strong. So if we have like a lot of application based on this code that is being generated by different AI models, and they are getting better as we speak. But they will have their, you can say, they might lack at some point, and then you will be in need of like developers to actually fix that and make it better.
Yeah, so what you're saying is like AI is gonna uh, create a lot of projects, but at the same time, if anybody wants to edit it and
Mhm.
change it or make it more good, they're gonna need good technical engineers that can actually
Yeah.
understand the code themselves. So
Mhm.
for I think for that we have actually gone through evolution in itself,
Mhm.
right? Through Corona time. So at that time, the universities were closed, everyone was doing cheating and all of these things. And that developers, when they came to the market, they actually didn't knew a lot of the basics of programming
Mhm.
fundamentals, data structures, which everyone, when they're studying it, they just feel like it's a waste of time, but it's not actually. You have to know like data types, arrays, and everything. So even if even today, when we are hiring somebody, we ask them OOP concepts, right? What is
Mhm.
object oriented programming? What is polymorphism, inheritance, and all of these things, which are really basic, but a lot of people don't know that. So
Mhm.
with AI, projects can be built, but
Yeah.
complex knowledge of how and where to just go and update a line of code that can actually do a lot of stuff will be harder, because there's a very big example, like there was a very big ship which was not getting fixed. A person came in and he said, I'll charge 1,000 $10,000. The person that the ship belonged to, he said, okay, fine. And he just brings a hammer and then just strikes it, and it works fine. Then he says, why do I need to give you $10,000? He just said, please give me an invoice. He just wrote it $1 for striking the hammer and $9,999 of knowing where to strike it, right? So I think having getting to have the basic knowledge of infrastructure and analysis of algorithm and all of these things are going to be really crucial for people of after a few years.
Mhm.
It-
And I also I was listening to a podcast, and that was between founders of like DevSync, and also there was the founder of like NetSol. So they were having like a conversation, and in that conversation they mentioned that in future we are going to see we might be actually going to see companies which are like one man companies, and they are unicorns, because with all these AI agents evolving and assisting, and they are getting better. So a person who can create like a very good mix. So with like a very lean team, you can build something very big, and you can actually also have like a very large, you can say, user base on it, and you can actually build something very big with a very small or like a very lean
Yeah, absolutely. And I personally met Usman Asif. He's a really
team.
nice guy, and
Yeah.
also Salim Ghauri too.
Mhm.
Yeah, that is right. And one thing I would like to mention is like, the kind of intellect Usman Asif has, right? A
Mhm.
lot of the people like him are not going to be generated also, because,
Mhm.
he is a core developer himself, if you have
Yeah.
heard him, right? So he has
Mhm.
done core development, and
Mhm.
it's not
Mhm.
really compulsory to know IT to run an IT business, but it
Mhm.
helps a lot, right? So
Mhm.
that is again the same question, like AI can do a lot of things, but the people that know how to
Mhm.
play with it will have fun. Not
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, I think it's really important. And in this time where we are evolving very fast, we see solutions coming up every day, and we see there is like a race between companies to bring something new and really fast. So if you actually use it in a right way, it can make you very much. It can help you delegate your tasks to a bit. That if you, as you would mentioned, that if you have like those technical expertise to actually get the stuff prepared by AI, make it better, and then use it, then you can be like a lot more successful. And people like obviously people cannot be replaced by AI. People who have great intellect, as you mentioned about Usman Asif, he is, I do believe, a great guy, and I also know him since I think when I used to go into incubations. They had like they used to have their office in phase 5, and they used to actually hold every weekend. They used to have those get-togethers, like meet the founder, and we used to go there and have like very fun conversation. And they were very open. The thing that I like about them, Asif Chaudhary was also his partner, which later then left DevSync and built his own company. So both of them were very open and they were very helpful. So people who have high intellect, definitely they cannot be replaced. But and AI can help you, can assist you to do big things, to achieve great things. And if you have like good agents that can code for you, and we were actually looking for automations inside our company to automate those processes, even related to creating social posts, or like minor stuff like having conversations on LinkedIn, or even on like Instagram, or if it's like your YouTube channel as well. So the benefit of having these automations is, if you have like a very good capable guy on your team to take care of these things, he can, if he manages, let's assume if he's managing 4 products or like 4 clients for me, if I give him
Hmm.
automations, he can take care of 10. So that is
Yep.
what AI brings, and I can be more competitive. And with AI, what
Hmm.
I think a really good thing about is, you can forecast a lot of stuff. So
Hmm.
uh, in people, there is like a margin. You have like a very good team, but there can be issues related to their productivity, and reasons you don't even know. They could be having like a bad day, and their productivity could be low. And with AI, you can be very much, let's assume if your model is 90 to 95% efficient, you are pretty sure that it's going to behave that way. And the more you
Hmm.
train it, the more customized it become. So and people need off, like they need days off, holidays, they need breaks, they need, actually you need to boost them up. You are running a company of 200 employees, so you already know how to actually keep the team in, how to keep their energies high, how to have like a very good working environment. So if you have good AI agents, definitely these issues can be sorted in a way that these agents don't have feelings, they don't have like family issues, so you can actually forecast a lot of stuff. But definitely you will still be needing a team, but you can manage a lot with a very lean team.
Yeah, absolutely. I second it. Yeah, that's right. But I think, what is the scale of your company, Daniel,
Right
right now?
now, yeah, our company size is like we have like a team around 20, and
Hmm.
this team includes developers and also people related to marketing, and also related to management.
How many are like developers and which stacks,
So
to
we
be
have
specific?
like, yeah, in terms of developers, we have like 5 to 6 developers, and mostly we work in, we have good experience working in one stack, and also in like mobile applications. And right now, what we are, you can say, exploring more, looking more into is AI applications and AI automation.
Awesome. Perfect. And at the end of the day, if you need anything, any knowledge or anything regarding to the US market or anything that I can help, I would absolutely be you can ask me anything if at any time you want. Just saying that out loud. Yes.
Thank you. That's very nice. Dill, I was about to ask. The hour went by very fast.
Yeah.
Do we have to let you go, or do you have time to talk a little bit more? Just
Yeah,
be respectful of your time.
yeah, actually, that's I just said Daniel, like anything he wants, he can ask me directly. I will also, Daniel, you can text me on LinkedIn. I'll send you my personal number too.
Okay.
Basically, I have to get into another meeting and
Okay.
different things too. Yeah, but
Okay.
it was actually really nice talking to you all. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Philip. Thank you,
It was a
Rahima.
pleasure, Dill.
Same
And
here.
then, yeah, and once you're back in Pakistan, we will definitely plan like a meetup.
Sure. Absolutely. And absolutely.
All
So
right. Thank you for your time. It was nice to meet you.
thank you.
Bye.
Have a good one.
You too.